Om. 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 Om Shuklambaradharam Vishnu Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyaye Sarvavighnopashantaye. Om Sadashivasamarambha Shankaracharya Madhyama Asmadacharya Paryanta Vande Guru Parampara Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah. Vishnu Sahasranama, please read 75.
Trisamasamagasama Nirvanam Bheshajam Bishak Sannyasakritsamashanto Nishta Shanti Parayanam. Trisamasamagasama Nirvanam Bheshajam Bishak Sannyasakritsamashanto Nishta Shanti Parayanam.
We have to see now Shanti. Shanti, of course, we know peace, the quietude of mind. Oh, this is the name of Bhagavan. What is the Shanti then? When do we get Shanti, peace? When the mind is peaceful and when the mind is agitated. Too much of thoughts clustering in the mind, one after another, varieties of them. You say agitated. You don't know what to do, what not to do. All confused, agitated. But when there are relatively no thoughts or less thoughts, we say, I'm at peace, depending on the degree of or the quantity of thoughts present in your mind. Less the thoughts, more peaceful you are. No thoughts, of course, you are nothing but peace. If this is so, why do thoughts come in their mind? Stop them. You say, no, not possible. Is there a big problem? His mind is unruly. Does it listen to? It runs here and there. Of course, mind runs here and there. Who makes it run? Are you the master of the mind or the servant of the mind? Is the mind an instrument at your disposal? Or it is something which is overriding you? Of course, when you say my mind, you are the owner of the mind. Mind is an instrument at your disposal. You are responsible for using the mind. And the nature of the mind is go wherever it has interest. But mind itself has no interest. It is inert. It is you, based on your value structure, send the mind here and there. Wherever you have got interest, faithfully as your servant, the mind goes there. So therefore, you cannot stop the mind going from here and there unless you stop your interest in the wrong places, about wrong things, which are not truly beneficial to you. On the contrary, they create agitation in the mind. And if we just review, it is our interest in sense pleasures, our interest in sense object vishayas, our interest in the means, sadhanas of procuring the vishayas of our desire. Whole life is preoccupied with this. Mind has to, because you have to get that, for which you have to work. The mind has to work. But we say we are vikshipta, agitated. Now, how can you control the mind? How can you stop the mind? Find out whether your pursuit is worthwhile. Is it truly going to make you totally a contented person, a full person, wanting nothing, lacking nothing, just full and complete, independent of everything, even independent of the body? Do any of these things make? No. Of course, by exposure to Shastras, to some extent, or a greater extent also, we have discovered that the sense pursuit, Vishayabhilasha, is not that worth pursuing. Maybe as told in Bhagavad Gita by Bhagavan Krishna, Yattadagre Amrutopamam. All these sense pleasures to begin with are what? Nectarine. Pariname Vishamiva. Finally, they what? Putrefy in sorrow like poison. A Viveki who re-evaluates things and curtails the longing for sense pleasure, it does succeed. To a great extent, he develops vairagya. And to the degree of vairagya, the sense objects also, they get away from you. You are not interested in them, so they also what? Go away. But this is not the final accomplishment. Here, no doubt, more and more Shanti is bound to be there. More Vairagya, more Shanti. In fact, the Shuddha Antakarana, a pure mind with a peaceful mind, is what? dependent on your intensity of vairagya. If vairagya is strong, your mind is calm and composed. Why? You are no more preoccupied in the Vishayas, is a source of agitation. That's why Vishayaha vinivartante nirarasya dena. The person who, by developing vairagya, has freed oneself from the hitherto dependence on the sense object for Vishaya Bhoga, sense pleasure, is no more preoccupied and what? Sense object retire from him. But this is not final, because even after such vairagya, our inherent taste, our inherent inclination toward the sense pleasure is still there. That's why Krishna says, rasa varjam. No doubt, you are no more preoccupied in the Vishayas. They retire, but still that anchoring, value, taste is there. And so long it is there, one day or other, at appropriate moment, it may catch you again. When it can go, rasam apyasya param drishtva nivartati. That inherent taste, hankering for sense pleasures, that also ends when param drishtva. Having got the knowledge of Paraswarupa, the most exalted nature of ours, our true nature, Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, wherein you are directly aware of, you directly experience, and therefore you directly know Aparokshataya, Paramananda Swarupa. In this recognition of our Paramananda Swarupa, Vishayananda loses its relevance. Even that rasa, taste for them hitherto was there, drops off. At that time, param drishtva, when they got aparoksha jnana, aparoksha anubhuti, aparoksha anubhava of paramanda swarupa, that is our true nature, mind has no reason to go after the vishayas. That is a shanti, natural shanti, our true nature, where mind accepts its residual connection with the embodiment, has lost its function. That is called as what? Mokshakya Shanti. Shanti, otherwise called moksha. It is my Swarupa, it is Atma Swarupa, it is Bhagavat Swarupa, it is Brahma Swarupa. That Shanti is what? Is Brahma itself. So there was Shanti. Bhagavan Vishnu, he has got name Shanti, means he is Brahma Swarupa, where is no role for mind, where is no mind at all, and therefore the occasion of Ashanti on account of mind is not there at all. That is the Shanti Bhagavad Sarupa. Next word is Parayanam. There is a Patantra also is there. Parayana. Parayanam or Parayana. Either of the names are, the name is there. Ayanam means sthana. Ayanam is Marga root also to Ramayana. So here it Ayanam means sthana. What sthana? Para. Para means Utkrishta, the most exalted. So Bhagavad Sarupa is the most exalted Ayana Sthana. Why? Because having got that, there is no punaravritti to samsara. There is no punaravritti for new future births. You remain what you are. Ever existence principle. Self-luminous, self-experiencing knowledge principle or experience principle, which itself is Paramananda Swarupa, being totally free from all upadhis. There cannot be even a trace of sorrow. Sorrows emerge from gross body, subtle body, and they remain in the causal form, in the ignorance causal body. In Swarupa, these three have no place at all. I, Chaitanya, Paramatma Swarupa, Bhagavan being Nirguna, Nirvishesha, Upadhis have no place in them. And when Upadhi is not there, consequent sorrowful samsara cannot be there. By nature, so you are free from rebirth. That is what he discovers. So therefore, this sthana abode is what? There is no doubt about anything, no doubt at all of returning to samsara. He is always free from samsara, no birth at all. If parayana is there, only a grammatical thing, in Bahuri Samas it becomes. He is the one who has got that status of being Parayanam. Bhagavan is the one who has the status of being totally free from samsara, totally free from transmigration. Read 76.
शुभाङ्गशान्तिदस्रष्टा कुमुदः कुवलेशयः गोहितो गोपतिर्गोप्ता वृषभाक्षो वृषप्रियः शुभाङ्गशान्तिदस्रष्टा कुमुदः कुवलेशयः गोहितो गोपतिर्गोप्ता वृषभाक्षो वृषप्रियः
Shubhanga, handsome, beautiful, the one whose all limbs are so beautiful. Of course, when avatar is taken, need not be all avatars, because avatars embodiment depend on the need of the mission. Need of the mission. So, avatara should not be compared, which is superior, which is inferior, because it is a tailor-made model for the specific mission for which a specific avatara is being taken. Even otherwise, also, I recently heard one Mahatma telling something. I'll tell you what it is. These different works of different spiritual masters should not be compared and contrasted. Oh, he is great, he is nothing. Because whether a devotee of high level or a other master, they speak to a definite type of people to uplift them from what level they are. Now, people being at different levels of their, what is that, progress or spiritual progress, different means need to be given. From that standpoint, the Mahatma shares what can be shared with them. So therefore, it is a specific prescription like that given by a doctor to a specific patient. You can't compare. It depends on the disease. So here it depends on the requirement of the seeker at what level he is. Why I am telling is, recently I heard one, a great Mahatma, it is a very great, well known also. It seems he gave some keynote address in some other thing in Maharashtra. And then he went on. Some, I think these are, what is it? Journalists, somebody, I don't know who is it, I don't know, but picked up some statement of his. And he presented that he said Jnaneshwar Maharaj superior and not Tukaram Maharaj, right? Which was not meant at all. And that Mahatma never thinks of it. On the contrary, he is praising all this. But they made a big issue out of it. He was on tour. Some well-known devotees, etc., brought to his notice. But they knew that he didn't mean that. And again, you see, in the case of Jnaneshwar Maharaj, he didn't mention about his Amrutanubhava. And what is that? And actually, it can create a rift among the devotees. He clarified, look, this is the sentence they are this thing. It need not mean what they think. In this sense, I told it. This is what it is the other thing. Sankalita means collected. When I said literature of Tukaram or Sankalita means not that he borrowed from someone, he is his own height of devotion. He went on singing, others picked up and what they do. they collected them. I didn't mean that he borrowed something and then. So he explained. And he said, never such idea can come in my mind at all. Because I am the one who is teaching all these things. But of course, my Jnaneshwar Maharaj is my great thing. But even these, and in fact, I praise Tukaram Maharaj is the greatness, etc. Because he was not a sannyasi, he was a householder. In spite of that, he is doing something. I praise also. And he was doing that. I never mind. So you should not try to read something which one doesn't mean as it does damage to this. So even Santa Vangmaya should not be compared. Of course, Dasbodh also came. But he said, in what sense he said that? I mean, they said, in fact, he praised that. So they should not be compared. As for Amritanubhava, he said, yes, it was a lapse on my part. The reasons for that. In fact, I have taught Amritanubhava. And there's nothing means it's such a great thing. But in such a thing, there is time limit is there. The time limit and something, it just skipped from my mind that I didn't mention about Amritanubhava truth. That doesn't mean that I have no value for Amritanubhava. Had it been, I would not have taught it. So like this, one should not indulge in such comparison, especially avatars. Rama is Rama, Krishna is Krishna. It is need of the hour, what it may be. In Shubhanga, need not be all avatars, but even there also that glow is there. You can't miss it. Even if Bhagavan comes in, even in the animal form, you can't miss it. That is, that attraction is there. Paramanda Swarupa, there's attraction is there. So here, so like let's say, Rama, Krishna, you see, their form was so enchanting. If you see at Rama's eyes, your eyes will get glued to that. To know, get glued. So attractive. So this case with Krishna. So Shubhanga, so the one who is got beautiful lips. Other thing they say, Shubhanga means, by the grace of Bhagavan, the steps to be followed in yoga, especially Ashtanga yoga, they become easy. That's why Ishvara Pranidhana, surrender to Ishvara, is one of the steps in Yoga Shastra. So the Shubhanga means the one by whose grace the steps of yoga become easy. Shubhanga. Shanti Daha. Shantim Dadati iti Shantida. The one who gives Shanti. What type of Shanti he gives? Shanti, which frees you from raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madhavasar. And what is the Shanti I just said now? Moksha kya Shanti. One who gives the peace characterized by liberation moksha, shantidah. Srashta. Srashta is creator. The beginning of creation, he creates Panchamahabhutas and all living beings. So Srashta. Kubudaha. Come. Visuka also. Earth also. Therefore, cow. Cow means that is bhumyam, in earth, in the sense on earth. Cow modate iti kumudaha. One who rejoices on earth in the avatars during incarnations. He rejoices on earth having taken to a specific embodiment. But don't think that rejoicing means what? All a luxurious life, etc. Is it so? Take Rama's life, Vanavasa, this, that, etc. What all things that undergo. Krishna's life, in the childhood itself, he has to fight for his survival. Not that way. He rejoices because he has come for a specific mission. Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya. That he enjoys. That he enjoys. Enjoys in sense, not that he gets happiness or that. He is nothing but happiness principle itself. But at the level of avatar, wielding an embodiment, so he fulfills that task or mission. That itself is a great satisfaction. That is one who delights on earth during avataras. Kumudaha. Kuvaleshaya. Kuvala word has different meanings. First, let us say that first meaning of Kuvala is Jalam, water. How this name has come? Koho means of earth. Valanath, sovereign, because of covering the earth, that is the water. On earth, major portion is water. So the water is covered, as it were, the earth. So therefore, Kuala means Jalam, and Tasmin Shete, one who reclines on that, so he is Kuvaleshaya, Bhagavan Vishnu. This is one meaning. Second meaning is Kuvala means Badari Phala, berry, bore. Badri Phala. In that, one who was staying for some time. The reference is that of Takshaka. The snake Takshaka is the vibhuti of Bhagavan. And when Parikshit was to be bitten, he had taken shelter in the Badari Phala koala. So therefore, the one who is reclined is staying, sleeping in the berry, Badari. Bhagavan is called Kuvaleshaya. Because Takshaka is the vibhuti of Bhagavan. Third meaning of Kuvala is the Kuvala also means interior or inside of anything, like belly, inside or interior of everything. So therefore here, Kuvala means the belly of serpent. Vishnu reclines on Shesha, on his belly. So therefore Kuvaleshaya, one who reclines on the Udara, belly of Sheshanaga, Kuvaleshaya. Gohitaha, the one who uplifted Govardhana Giri, the mountain Govardhana, to protect the cows and the gopas, etc., from the wrath of Indra, who was pouring rains and flooding everywhere. To protect them, who lifted the Govardhana Giri. So there is Gohita. Go, yeah, of course, cows only. Cowherds, etc., they also come there. So that is how Gohita. They say Govardhana has got a specific, what do you say, feature or status. When Ramas means this bridge to Lanka was being constructed. These monkeys lined up and mountains they started passing from one hand to other. And when it came to the turn of Govardhana, this mountain stopped. Order came, stop. Why? Bridge is over, no more mountains required. So this mountain felt very bad about it. I could not utilize it. I could not participate in Rama's work. And the news reached Rama. Rama sent a message, don't worry, in Krishna avatar, I will make use of you. And this is what it is, Govardhanagiri, lifting the Govardhana. I think that name Govardhana must have got stuck up afterwards. Earlier that name may not have been there, whatever it may be. So that is how. So the one to protect the cows and the Gopalas lifted the mountain gold. Or to reduce the burden on Mother Earth on account of wicked people like Hiranyakashipu and all such things, demons and all that, who take an embodiment embodiment. Panchamahabhutas, mainly earth is there. So the word here, go. Go also means earth. Go also means words. Cows, of course, we know. The word. To reduce the burden of go, Mother Earth, who takes different embodiments to destroy these demons, so that go hitaha. So that is one who does this to protect earth. Gopati, again here go is Bhumi, earth. The Pati, husband or master of earth. Gopati, master of the earth. Gopta. One meaning is Rakshakaha. Jagataha Rakshakaha. The protector of the world. One who protects the world. You may say, how do they protect the world? See, around so many wars are going on. And he doesn't do anything. He should do something. He did the start of the war. You don't know how to behave, and you are misbehaving. You'll pay for it. See, so I heard somewhere. I don't know. Just somebody somewhere. See, Bhagavan Ishvara created the laws, niyama, the laws, and he's sleeping. He is not interested in anything at all. The laws take care of everything. So, nadatte kasachit papam, na chaiva sukrutam vibhu. Parameshwara, Bhagavan, he is not interested in your papa, punya, he has nothing to do with that. He is asanga. Your karmas are doing all these things. Because he has given warning, not warning. The fact, when Srishti was done, he told humans, because they have a faculty of choice, you have total freedom of action, total freedom to do any karma, subject to, provided you are responsible for the results thereof. You are responsible for the results thereof. So therefore, it is in our own interest. We should avoid those things which bring sorrow for us. We should take to those things which give joy not only to us, to all around. We should avoid those things which give sorrow to us and the people around. It's also our responsibility, because we are in society. You are not independent. You depend on many things for your survival. Your duty towards others also. So it is we. He will come, interfere, and do the right thing, as and when required. When it is so, he only decides, not you and me. So that is the one way, Gopta, protector of the world. Other thing, Gopta can be taken as protector in the sense he lends gives us our very existence. He lends, gives us the very knowledge principle. He lends the happiness, Ananda. If Sat Chit Ananda Bhagavan were not there, the existence of anything is not possible. Knowledge principle to know this and that is not possible. Happiness is far, far, far. So whatever we encounter with, not encounter with, whatever that is our part and parcel of us in terms of existence, knowledge and happiness is by who? From Bhagavan. In that sense, he protects us all by giving the very existence as what we are. So there's one meaning, Gopta, protector. Other meaning of Gopta is the one who veils oneself, one who covers oneself. That is by Swatmanam Swamayaya Saurunavati. One who veils, one who covers oneself by one's Maya, because of which we don't know Bhagavad Sarupa. We get deluded, we mistake what we are not as ourselves, and suffer the so-called samsara. So Gupta also means the one who veils one's true nature by Maya. Rishabhaksha. Rishabhaksha. Whose Aksha? Eyes, or what is, they show us all things desired by us. Just say blessing them. Blessing just by a look, it can. That's why he is omnipotent. Not he should do something. So that is why that one who has got those eyes which show the desired things for the devotee. Even a compassionate look of Bhagavan is something great. Other meaning of here it is Varshake Akshani iti Vrishabhaksha. Varshake Akshani. The eyes which show us, read as it were, the good things. Other meaning is Vrishabha means dharma. That itself is drishti, vision of one. Bhagavan is the one whose drishti is always what? Through dharma. Dharma in terms of what should be done, what should not be done, wherein discharging of duty also, all this comes there. Why? For our own good, not for he doesn't want it. If you don't follow dharma, chaos. That's why avatars have to come from time to time. See, one thing we should know for certain. Everything is Brahma. Everything is Brahma, Bhagavad Sarupa. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Tajjalam. Entire Jagat is what? Brahma, because it is Tajja. It is born from Brahma. Tadana, it sustains continuous because of Brahma. Talla, in dissolution, pralaya, it merges back in Brahma. That's what? Brahma is everything. And we find from different places, Puranas also. Everything is Bhagavad Sarupa. There is nothing other than Bhagavad Sarupa, including the other person, including demonic people, huh? Including thieves. See that Rudra. Namo Namo Stena Nam Pataye Namaha. My salutations to the chief of the thieves. Varieties of thieves and dacoits are there. Murderers, this, that, looters, etc. All that. Bhagavad Sarupa. If everything is Bhagavad Sarupa, why does Bhagavan or Shastra insist on Dharma Charana? Everything is Brahma Sarupa. Yes. It is not that Bhagavan wants it. It is in our interest. See, when you take to adharmic activities, as per the rule, as you sow, so you reap. The result of adharmic activities is papa, resulting in sorrows. Would you like to have sorrows? Can you tolerate sorrow? Can you bear sorrow? You sorrow se Bhagavan. You're screaming, yo, I'm finished, Bhagavan. Would you like to have it because it's Bhagavan? No, is it not? That's why. That's why to rescue from this, say, take to Dharma Acharana. And once you take Dharma Acharana, slowly Viveka will dawn, Vairagya will be generated, and in course of time, you will take to inquiry into the goal of life and discover your Swarupa. It's nothing but Bhagavad Swarupa. So, as a graded steps to revert back to our true nature, Dharma, Acharana, etc. given. In Adhyatma Shastra, Dharma Acharana is not highlighted that much, except passing references here and there, because it is already taken for granted. Earlier studies, etc. So here it is taken for granted. That doesn't mean one can live as one wants. A mumukshu has to be a dharmic person. You can't be otherwise. A devotee to begin maybe adharmic to begin with, but afterwards he is bound to be dharmic. So that means the case. Everything is Bhagavad Sarupa true. Why this niyama restriction? Because of this, you can't tolerate sorrow. And by this, you can uplift yourself and discover your Sarupa, get freed from samsara once forever, never to return. So Vrishabhakshaha, so Vrishabha is dharma. That itself is drishti, vision of who Bhagavan. Vrishapriyaha. Vrisha again here, dharma. The one to whom dharma is very dear. Or one who is Dharma Swarupa, Vrisha. At the same time, Priya, being Ananda Swarupa, dear to all. Whatever that is the source of happiness is the locus of love for everyone. So that we is dear because it's Paramananda Swarupa, dear to all, Priya of all. Same time, Dharma Swarupa, one who always emphasizes Dharma for the good of the Jivas. We'll continue. Om.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ